B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side.
And the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
B-side.
B-side. B-side.
That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
Okay, so I have some news.
Ooh.
I'm just becoming the ProBox rebroadcaster. ProBox was saying that Shakur and Zepeda have a verbal agreement to fight.
Okay. I can dig it.
So I find it exciting.
Yeah, Shakur, time to really show out.
I thought we also just saw Shakur
I
and
would
Tank
love the upset.
in agreement too. Or
Yeah,
false.
that wasn't as far along. That was them talking. This is like we have agreed on
Principle. Intent.
Yeah, we've agreed on the things like money and stuff, and we're just writing the contract.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm happy for Zepeda finally getting a shot.
I mean, he has to. He's a mandatory for everyone.
Yeah, the undisputed mandatory challenger.
And in crazy news, Ryan Garcia did a predator hunting stream yesterday.
Predator hunting?
I don't know if... you didn't see his plan?
No.
Yeah, so him and some guy, I don't know, internet celebrities, or maybe this guy isn't famous, I have no idea who he is, are like driving around looking for pedophiles.
How do you just spot a pedophile at the blue?
I have no idea. What was the old TV show, To Catch a Predator?
Yeah.
Predator. Chris Haynes.
Yeah, so I did not watch it because I refused to give him any, watches. But my understanding is that they're kind of doing that, but without any of the actual, investigation part of it, as far as I can tell. And people were saying Garcia's wearing his boxing gloves, and, if this doesn't get him put in jail, nothing's gonna get him put in jail. Because you can't just assault people.
They're being vigilantes, pretty much?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
Interesting.
that's your crazy news for the day.
From boxing superstar to vigilante. It's crazy. Crazy turnaround.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You guys know that show, Catch a Predator, had a wild ending? They stopped airing it for a reason.
I think somebody tried to run, and then the cops shot him, and he died. Something like that.
I think that, or it was either that or someone, I don't want to say got falsely accused, but something happened and they ended up taking their own life and blamed the show. I think that's why
I think there were multiple incidences of things like that throughout the run of the show. One guy definitely committed suicide and they found no actual evidence in his house, but he was a teacher or something.
Yeah, I guess it ruined his life.
Yeah, that'll ruin your career, just the accusation.
Yeah, and then once the cops investigated, there was no evidence and they had to let him go because possibly he didn't even do anything, and then he had no job and everybody thought he was a pedophile, so...
Yeah, that's a crazy way to go.
I don't like shows like that at all.
That kind of slander people's lives pretty much.
Yeah, even cops. It's not fair to put people on TV. I know they used to blur their faces and stuff, but it's not fair to put people on TV that haven't been convicted of anything, I think.
That's a good point, though, because technically it is innocent until proven guilty, so...
But look at them, they're trash. See, we're good people because we're not like them.
Look, we're yelling at the TV.
Yeah. Alright, last thing here.
It's one thing with the weird reality shows that people choose to do themselves, but basically accusing someone of crime on national TV is different.
That's a very bad point.
All right. Ready.
Take it off.
Let me get this. That is not beer.
It could be beer.
It could be, but it's not. Definitely not this time. Right. Fucking boxing B-sides. We're back, baby. All up in your fucking ears with boxing stuff. As you clearly heard, Ryan Garcia is on the prowl. What a fucking change of direction. Fucking boxing B-sides. Session 2.
Yeah.
French on the mind because of the Olympics. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but whatever. Let's keep going. MMA stuff. UFC 304. Wow. It seems like they put the main event in the co-main slot for some reason. Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know these main event people.
Tom Aspinall, the interim heavyweight champion. Fucking Sparks, Curtis Blades, who was ranked 4th.
Fucking lights out.
That was a beauty. Fucking peach of a 1-2, man. It was so good. I say it every single time he comes out to anyone who will listen, that Tom Aspinall could cross into boxing and he would have success. He would be like, he just have to shore up his feet a little bit because, you know, movement there is different with kicks and all that. But he could. With his hands are fucking excellent. But there you have it. Not a whole lot to take away from it besides John Jones. Where the fuck you at, dog?
Oh, John Jones is hiding.
Yep. You gonna go beat up some more fucking drug testers? Is that what we're doing?
No, he's gonna beat up Steve. Whatever his name is, Stipe.
Miocic.
45 years old.
Yeah. Fucking ridiculous. In the main event, Leon Edwards, the welterweight champ, fucking drops the ball. Bilal Muhammad. Yeah, dropped on his head and dropped his title. Fucking ridiculous.
So I was watching with my friends. I made a comment like after like the head drop. Do you think he was concussed?
If not concussed, he was really dazed. He was like bell rung, whether it's a concussion or not. It was enough. The last seconds when Leon dropped some elbows onto Bilal on his face, and then he just fucking blood gushing everywhere with like 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's like where was that urgency?
Yeah, where the fuck was this, man?
That's kind of how Leon is though. Like he has like no urgency. I think he caught lightning in a bottle with that like Usman head kick.
Yeah,
I'm sure he beat him again, but it's like Usman hasn't been the same because that head kick either. Like I think he got really fucked up after that. But Leon's always been just a very like one pace like fighter. Not much urgency. Great guy. I think he could bounce back, but something just seemed off that night.
Just you should probably ask Fabian how he deals with this kind of adversity.
Granted, they fought at like fucking 6 a.m.
Right.
Sure.
The hour was rough.
That was stupid. I don't know why Dana White made that happen.
From what I understand, they had some spot in, I think Salt Lake City was booked, and for whatever reason that reservation fell through. They couldn't get anything in the U.S., so they had to go back to UK. And the time slot that they had booked with their broadcasters was already set in stone, and they couldn't change it.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's a fucking great business move, Dana. Excellent.
I'm not saying like the late/early morning contributed to Leon losing, but I think it probably made like a small difference. Like maybe he was tired from literally doing an all-nighter.
I mean, that must be hard. You can't just switch your sleep schedule.
I would imagine,
on a dime.
yeah, they had to really work on that sleep schedule a bit, and it's not easy.
The fans sure had trouble with it. I saw lots of pictures of dudes asleep in the crowd.
I wouldn't make it. If I was there, I would just got like an inflatable mattress, called it a night.
The one thing is like the timing for the fans that got tickets and that were in attendance. It was like you got I don't know, people were probably thinking we'll just go to the pub, we'll fuck around for a while, and then we'll go to the arena. And that'll be that. But it doesn't work that way, buddy.
We're gonna close out. We're gonna close out the pub and then go to the arena.
Yeah, right. Then
I don't know. A lot of them didn't even look drunk asleep. They just looked asleep. Like, if you work, days all the time, and you suddenly try and stay awake all night.
Yeah, when I worked overnights, that was fucking hard. Like the first month was a pain. I was late like every night because I couldn't get myself to sleep reasonably when I needed to.
Yeah, I worked 5 to 1 for quite a while, and I just gave up. I slept in 2 shifts. I would sleep right after work from like 2 to 4, and then I'd sleep at nighttime.
Oh, that's enough MMA talk. Oh, let's get some reviews out of the way here. Motherfucking Justice Hooney gets a stoppage in 2 over Troy Pilcher. This was on the 25th. Really quick. I mentioned him because we were talking about the heavyweight scene with the guys that were on the August 3rd card. So Justice Hooney's kind of... I think this is also a Riyadh card. So... Or Riyadh sponsored or whatever. So I think they're trying to bring Hooney into the mix.
This was in Australia?
Yeah, it was in Brisbane.
I don't think I watched this one.
I couldn't find a reasonable way to watch it. So I didn't want to put... I was like, am I going to really put this much effort in for Justice fucking Hooney? I don't think so.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's nothing against you, Justice. Like, I'm sure you're a good dude and all, but yeah, sorry. Moving on. MVP card at the Caribe Royale Orlando. Who are these people? Yes. John Paul Rivera Pizarro stops Justin Goodson in the 7th. Check out the rest of the details on the calendar. If you go to our website, luxmediashows.com, go to the calendar, and then hit past events, and you can see all the results there. 360 promotions at the Commerce Casino. Omar Trinidad stops Victor Slavinsky. Featherweights, 10th round stoppage. Fucking winding minutes of the fight. Let's save Chisora for a second and talk about the Salida Promotions card in Detroit. Had some interesting fights on it. Julian Smith edges out Shojahan Ergashev. 10-round super lightweights. Ergashev looked fucking horrible. I don't know if Matias beat the fight out of him, but Ergashev looked just shitty. It was bad. Michel Rivera, split decision over Hugo Roldan. Another super lightweight fight. Good to see Rivera getting back in there. I like him, so there's that. He's the dude that looks like Muhammad Ali.
I was going to say, I have to look up his face, because I feel like I should know who he is.
He looks like Ali. He is not Ali's grandson. Just to make sure everybody knows that it's not him. But he's all right. I mean, he's not terrible. Yeah, he's just all right. I think this might be another one of the weird fixations. Michel Rivera, Troy Isley.
I see what you're saying with Ali, but he reminds me of Julian Jackson.
I don't know if he's gotten that comparison, but the Ali bit, like he really does play it up. He does his hair and stuff to look like Ali.
I was gonna say if he flat topped his hair,
he does that.
He would look like Julian Jackson.
He did that.
No, like actually, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Maybe it's just the size.
I don't know.
Anyways.
I don't know how to pronounce this woman's name. Vanessa something Joyce gets stopped in 2 by Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields is now the WBC heavyweight champ, simultaneously WBO light heavyweight champion. It's the same poundage for the 2 organizations, but they label them differently. It's fucking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
But Shields beat her ass. That's really the only way to put it. Fucking
yeah, I have to
her.
admit, I did not watch this one. I really dislike Clarissa Shields' personality, and I just have no desire to watch her fight.
Might be the Homer in me. I like her a lot. She looked
no,
really
that's
good
fair.
in this, though. She really did. I'd recommend checking out even just the 2nd round. That's more than enough.
Yeah.
All right. On to the Queensberry card in London. Whole bunch of shit happened here. Which ones did I stopped caring at Dennis McCann. I go from the top down when I put the results in, and that's the only one Dennis McCann wins the UD 12-round super bantams. That's 122. But Brandon Lee got his opponent Juan Anacona, and he won on the referee points thing on the one scorecard or whatever. So it was.
Why is Brandon Lee fighting on a referee decision?
I know.
I'm so mad about it. And he was on like the free undercard broadcast, wasn't he?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think old Frankie doesn't know what to do with him.
It's just he's better than that.
I know. I know. If I recall up my editing of the last time we talked about him, we were all very, very distracted thinking about the injustice of Brandon Lee's situation. That we didn't even talk about Derek Chisora.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we didn't talk about the main event.
Yeah, me too. But Mark Bates gave it 78-74, 6 rounds to 2. So it's a good win, I guess.
Oh, and Moses Atoma was on this card.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He got the win over Marius Walk. I forgot to move him up the bill because I put that line there because anything below it I don't really care about. For people who don't see, that's what I do in the outline. But all right.
Yeah, but I think he's worth talking about.
He is, absolutely. I definitely want to talk about him. If you guys are saying he's like the new hotness, then
100%.
I'm ready for it.
He's got some buzz around him for sure. And I don't like heavyweights in general, but he does seem like he's more exciting than the current crop of super heavyweights. Mm-hmm. He's a lot faster and more mobile.
So he came in just under 240.
Which Usyk has shown works. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Marius Walk came in 287.5. And yeah, Marius Walk is a fucking one of those seasoned veteran types. So that's good. I'm glad that we got another more agile, limber, mobile heavyweight into the mix. Because the super heavyweight stuff is kind of boring. Just ends up being like tubs of shit battling one really fucking tall, jacked, big dude like Vladimir Klitschko, AJ, that type.
Oh, and it wasn't impressive to me, anyways. But Nazim, right? Nazim Ahmed.
Yeah, Prince Nas.
His son debuted on this card too, I think.
Adam?
Yeah.
Adam Hamed. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's Nassim's son. I didn't think he looked super impressive or anything, but I don't know. Probably worth a mention. He's gonna get put on cards as long as he keeps fighting. So
another British legend son steps
Up
in.
to his dad's name.
Yeah. Well, still, it's cool, I guess. 4 out of 4. It was a referee points thing.
Yeah, and he definitely won. Like, I did watch that fight, so.
Good. Anything else on the card worth mentioning before we get to Big Juggernaut?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Big Juggernaut. Rest in peace. We hardly knew
What
you.
the fuck?
He had a fun career while it lasted.
Man, I was, this is, like, the reaction that I'm having for Joyce right now is the feeling that I had for Chisora going into it, and I still feel the way about Chisora. I was like, what are you doing? This is not the place you should be anymore.
I mean, this is probably the worst thing that could happen to Chisora.
Yeah,
is winning this fight. Like,
they were talking about
no
putting
benefit to him winning.
They're talking about putting him in 2 more times before he retires now.
Yeah, he'll do it.
And he will, because he just won.
Oh, he'll do it. But he also beat Joe Joyce, so they're talking about putting him up against, like, competition again. And I'm like, why? Just let Chisora have 2 wins at the end of his career and send him home.
Do the
Because
Roman
they
Gonzalez thing.
Yeah, they told him before this fight that this was his last time at the O2 Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out and, like, made it a big deal. As he should. But just let him have a couple victory laps and pay him his money. Dude's broken. It's a bit of a step back on the topic, but I did really enjoy the walkout outfits for this one.
Yeah,
Which is not
it was
something
pretty
we
cool.
really talk about a whole bunch. But Joyce in the white with the gold angel wings being like the good side, and then Chisora coming out in all sparkly black and being the bad side. I think that was all set up because everybody thought Joyce would win. And then the fucking evilness won, and Chisora's gonna get his ass kicked 2 more times. Because they both took a ton of damage in this fight.
So many sequins.
And so many left hooks to the face for both of them. This was a contest of who has worse defense rather than who's better.
I'm not sure what to make of what Chisora can do next. Who's Marius Walk? Just took a loss. Comparable resume to Chisora. Yeah, I'm not sure what to... This is the worst thing that could have happened for him.
It's really mean to say, but it is. It would have been better for Chisora if he'd have lost.
Yeah, because then nobody would be talking about putting him in with people who kind of would beat the brains out of him.
The few he has left. And he looks so old. Like, he looked ancient in the
does.
corner and stuff.
He looks his age.
And what the fuck, Joe Joyce? I liked you, and you let me down.
Do you think he gets charged with elder abuse?
Oh,
I
Isn't Chisora only like
don't do that.
3 years older than him?
think, yeah, 2 or 3. They're about the same age.
Joyce looked old too, though.
Yeah, he like for him, the joke about him has always been that he looks really slow and all that. But man, he looked so much slower than usual.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Joyce might be done.
For his sake, like if this is what's happening to you against Derek Chisora, then you probably should be.
To be fair to Chisora, this is the best he has looked in a long time.
Well, there you go, Derek Chisora. Congrats, I suppose.
I'm so sorry for your win.
Anything more on this Queensberry card at the O2?
No.
Would the big juggernaut, would it be changed, the ending, would it be spelled N-O-T now? Big juggernaut?
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, let's get...
I will say Joyce showed that his chin is not completely cracked. He fucking ate punches.
He did, a lot. I hope...
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
but-
I hope Chisora gets him a burger at Five Guys as
Nice.
like
Yeah.
a little sign of friendship. Like, here, after all that leather, have a fucking cheeseburger. Nothing else? No other news while we were...
No. I think I covered the little bit of news I had already gotten.
All right, let me do this. All right, what do you hear? What do you say? Thanks for listening to the episode of Boxing B-Sides that just concluded. If you probably noticed by now, this is a little late. I think I put so in the title. But if you were on Patreon, then you would have had this already. Patreon.com/LVXMediaNet. LVXMediaNet is the same handle that we use everywhere on social media and stuff. So if you cannot find it, chances are we're not on it. If you go to our website, luxmediashows.com, you can check out all the other shit that we get up to. I also, at the top, there's a link for a Patreon for all the shows, the calendars that I always reference. We do have a merch shop if you're interested, and the 2 Discords. There's one that is dedicated specifically to boxing, and then the other one that is for Lux Media specifically. So you got 2 options there. If you have questions, comments, concerns, whatever the fuck the case is about this episode, this podcast, Lux Media as a whole, 833-589-7637. Call or text, either way. It's anonymous. If you are sufficiently humorous, entertaining, or informative, or both, then I'll probably cut your audio into the show. So call, go straight to voicemail, and I'll cut your audio in. I think an example of how it would sound is with the mid-year picks episode. That'll you can hear Nathan call in for those. So there you go. Let's get the fuck out of here. that's where the stuff goes, the plugs and all that.
Just drink your water. That's all.
Ah, that's
Dehydrated.
exactly what I knew it would be. When we did the picks, the mid-year thing, that was we got to the end, and I said parting words, and then they asked for it. I think Shinada said that you usually come in first with like wholesome things like drink water, make sure you eat breakfast, don't forget to tie your shoes properly, get a good 8 hours. You need your 8 hours to function properly.
It is true. Sleep is important. I have not been sleeping lately, and I feel like shit.
Be sure to brush your teeth thoroughly, 30 seconds per quadrant. Wash behind your ears.
I'm like a rabbit hole on SP. Unfortunately, I clicked on regulars. And it's in a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yes.
I, for the first time, am regretting having a large tattoo in Japan because the anime I really like, last season, Windbreaker, has a collaboration with a spa. It's a fair train right away, but it's not like crazy, and I would definitely go. The day pass, you get like access to a food bar, a drink bar, you get to wear the little robes, and you can get massages, and there's outdoor and indoor pools and all this awesome stuff. I can't go because my tattoo's too large.
What do you mean you can't go because of that?
So you can't show tattoos at all in any of the public baths. Well, there are some that allow it, but they tend to be quite expensive.
Probably Yakuza affiliates.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're for it, they usually let you cover them. But this particular one has a size limit on how big a covering you can wear. So you can cover small tattoos, and there's no limit to how many small tattoos you can cover, but because I have basically a half sleeve, they won't let me in. But I can still buy the limited edition merchandise off the website.
That's fun. Oh shit. Alright, this is post. We're in the post Budramov time. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. For whatever that's worth. Wait, how did I say it last? If Ryan Garcia would like it, don't do it.
Yeah.
That's better.
Also, don't drive around assaulting people that you think might be pedophiles.
What? Because they wear certain types of glasses or something, or like a balding pattern.
They have a mustache.
It's fucking ridiculous. If Ryan Garcia would do it, don't do it. Those are my parting words, and they will be for some time.
Probably good advice.
That's it. Let's fucking bounce.
Yeehaw.
Also, how is Garcia back in the U.S. to go?